Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about sets. Obviously, a lot of us have opinions on sets, a lot of us have feelings on them, and the general consensus is we don't like them. So in today's video, I'm going to be proposing my idea on how we could fix sets, and I am hopefully going to be talking to one of the wargaming developers at some point to explain them this idea and how we could make sets a lot better. So right now, the problem with sets is they're just very confusing, right? Let's say you're a veteran or even a newer player and you've just unlocked all the sets. This is what you're looking at. And it's, multiple pages of sets as well. Each page just has 8 billion different sets. There's no way you're going to understand what the heck you're scrolling through here as a new player. There's just too many of them. There's too much what you're looking at. There's no way you're going to understand this. But there's also no way Wargaming's removing sets from the game. The amount of effort, the amount of time they've put into these. I mean, they have a whole map here for this Annihilator one. They've got the 3 tanks lined up. There's no way they're removing sets. There's just too much in them. So I don't think they're ever going to be removed from the game. So if that's the case, what needs to happen is they need to be more streamlined. They need to be more understanding for players to figure out. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. So how would I fix sets? Well, the first thing is we need to incorporate the tech trees in some way, shape, or form. These are tech trees. Well, I clicked on the wrong thing. These are the tech trees. And the way tech trees work is very simple. You have 3 different tanks here, WT-131 GFT, Type 58, and 5916, and they all branch off onto their respective lines, like the 113, the BZ-75, and the 113 GFT. They all branch off. So here's the problem with sets right now. There are some tech tree sets, right? If we go over to one like the 60 TP, for example, this one has the 40 TP, the 45, the 53, the 50 TP, and the 60 TP. And this is how, in my opinion, the sets should look. But then we have some goofy, weird things going on here, like the 122 TM, the Pollack tank, the Caliban, the AMX M449, or AMX M454. This part makes no sense to me. Remove the AMX, remove the Caliban, remove the 122 TM, remove the Pollack, and put the Skoda. Why is the Skoda T56 not in the set? And what I explained to one of the Wargaming CC content creator managers is that instead of having the premium tanks in between the tech trees, have it so that the tech trees are all lined up next to each other. So have it so the 40 TP, 45, 53, 50 TP, and 60 are all one after each other. And then on the second tab, maybe you scroll a little bit down here, and at the edge, you have all the premium tanks, which are level locked. I can get that. If you still want to have them level locked, that's fine, Wargaming. But what you need to do is you need to have the tech tree there, and then the premiums in a separate area. That way it's very easy to understand, because right now it's very confusing. It's very goofy to look at these tanks. And as I said, they also need to be organized better. This set is not organized. There is nothing organized about this. It needs to be the right tanks. You should not be having a Pollack tank and a 122 TM in a set with Polish heavies. It should be Polish tanks only. These sets, in my opinion, need to be nation-oriented. That's as simple as it is. Blitz Nation tanks can go in a Blitz Nation set. American tanks can go in an American set. I feel like that is as basic as it gets. So we can see another set here. This is the IS-4 set. So you start off with the KV-1S, and then you go to the KV-3, and then the KV-4, the ST1, and the IS-4. First of all, why is the KV-2 not in this set? Why is the KV-2 in an entirely different set, right? We go over to the search bar, which is up to here, and we type in KV, and then this is the KV-2 set. And there's only like a couple tech trees. There's the KV-2 and KV-1. Why is this not part of the IS-4 set? So what you need to do, Wargaming, is you need to take the tech trees, which you already have in the game. You need to take the KV-1, the KV-2, the KV-3, KV-4, ST1, and IS-4, and you need to throw starting from the KV-2 into a set that grinds up to the IS-4. You need to take the KV-1, starting in a set that goes up to the IS-7. This is how sets need to be organized. They need to be organized by tech tree. And then, instead of naming the sets Red Fist, Siege Crushers, you need to name the sets based off of the tech tree that they're representing. So, for example, this one makes sense. The Minotauro set, this makes sense. You know what you're clicking on. It's the Minnow. It even has the icon that looks like the Minnow. Make all of the sets like this. Make all of the sets titled the Sheridan, the Hori, the Badger. Name it that. This way, at least when you're grinding through the set, it makes a lot more sense. The Badger set, by the way, is so tragic because you start off with the AT2, you make your way to the AT8, the AT7, the AT15, the Tortoise. You can't get a tier 7, you have to buy the Badger? Bruh. Put a tier 7 in this set. There needs to be a high tier vehicle that is the max tier. Make the Alligator that Lesta has and put it in as a tech tree. You can't have the Tortoise be the highest tier. There's no world anybody's going to grind this set and kill themselves to stop at the Tortoise. There's really no reason to. It's absolutely tragic. But, as I said, the way sets need to be organized is by tech trees. They need to be nation-oriented, and they need to be tech tree-oriented. I don't hate the idea of a set. I hate the way that you have decided to organize them, because some sets just don't make sense. There's some sets that are just a bunch of mixed-matched vehicles, which they shouldn't be. You know, that's the best way to describe it. This one, this makes sense. You start off with the Challenger, you go to the Charioteer, the Conway, the 4005, and the 183. I guess this makes a little bit more sense, right? You know, if we go over to the British nation right now, we start at the Challenger, and that makes sense. This actually makes somewhat sense. I don't hate this set. This here is how all the sets should be organized, right? And then the G-Soars all the way at the end here. That's how the sets should be organized. This is way better. It's way smarter. That's how they all need to be done, right? This is how they all need to be done. The problem is Wargaming then just throws on like really weird and goofy vehicles. Like, why is the M41D in this set? I get it. It's similar to the M41 Bulldog in the fact that, you know, both of them are, you know, like these are all technically Bulldog variants, but like this should be in a German set. This should be in a Chinese set. You need to organize them better. That's really as simple as it is. I don't hate the idea of sets. I hate the way that Wargaming has organized them. I hate the way that they've structured them. It needs to be better. This collections tab, just remove it. What are we looking at here, Wargaming? Remove it. If you want the collections tab to actually make sense, you need to have it organized, and you need to have the icons of the tank. Nobody's going to understand what we're looking at here. In fact, just remove the icons altogether. We don't need icons. We don't want icons in our garage. They look goofy. We don't need them. Remove the icons. And in the sets tab, just don't have the icons. Like, there are no icons here anyway. Just remove them. We don't need icons in the set. We don't need to know which set we're grinding, right? Just remove the icons. It's that simple. We don't need icons for a tech tree, so why do we need them for a set? That's really as simple as it is. Like, there's a lot of sets in the game which are very confusing, and I really hope that Wargaming makes them better. Like this one here. This is the Raising Phalanx. This set starts at the Hetzer, goes to the Stug 3, and then it goes to the Jagdpanzer 4, and then the Jagdpanther, and then the Jagdpanther 2. Why does this not go to the Jagdpanzer E100? What? So we have to go to the search here, and we type in Jag, and this is the Jagdpanzer E100 set. It only has 5 tanks in it. Starts at the Ferdinand, goes to the Jagdtiger, and that's it. Then you're at a tier 10. Like, what is this, Wargaming? Make it so that there's more vehicles in the grind. Why is there only like 5 tanks in this set? It's goofy. Make it so that the previous set, the Raising Phalanx here, starts at the Hetzer, goes to the Stug, goes to the Jagdpanzer 4, goes to the Jagdpanther, goes to the Jagdpanther 2, and the Ferdinand at the same level, and then also goes to the Jagdtiger, and then finishes off at the Jagdpanzer E100. That's how the line works. Why doesn't it work like that on the set, right? These are very simple things. These are very easy to understand. If you don't want the Ferdinand or you don't want the Jagdpanther 2 to be in the same set, then just turn one of them into a collector and make it available on a set. People that own it can now have it as a collector. That's all you have to do. It's really not that challenging. I highly doubt people really are playing the Ferdinand anyway. Just turn it into a collector and then put it in the same set. I don't know. I feel like that's a way easier way to organize the game. It's a way better way to organize the sets. You guys can obviously let me know your personal feeling, comments, and opinions down below. That's how I feel it needs to go. I mean, some of the sets I don't mind, but like this one here... Wait, is that even the icon I clicked on? That's not... Wait. What? The picture here shows the KV Junior, the XM66F, the Death Star, and the E10. And then you click on it. And it's the Marat. It's the French mediums. Either way, this one here again, like, it's called, the set is literally called French medium, and then you've thrown in 2 German mediums. Huh? Remove them. Remove them. We don't want this. This set's fine. If you have it so that it's just this tank, this tank, this tank. Why is the Barask not in this set? Which set is the Barask in? We go over search. I don't know. So we got to go Barask. Oh, there it is. It's a special tank. I see. For some reason, it's a special tank. The Barask should not be a special tank, right? But this is exactly what I mean. There's plenty of French tanks which should be part of the set. If we go over to the French nation and we click on French mediums, right? Look how many French mediums there are in the game, Wargaming. There's a boatload of them. There's not just the Barask. There's also the Sharfie Chair 4, the AMX-30, the Rev, the CDC Lorraine, 40-ton, Alt Proto. There's a bunch. Throw some of these in the set, right? Instead, where the heck's the Sharfie Chair 4? I don't know. We got to go over to the search, and then we got to type in Char, and then, is this it? Yeah, here we go. We got the CDC in a French set. Yeah, bruh, that makes sense. Wargaming, why is the CDC in the same set as the Vickers Lights? I don't know. What set does this have? I don't know. I typed in Char, but there's nothing there. Unless maybe it's going for the Charioteer. Charioteer. Here we go. This is the Sharfie Chair 4. Huh? So we have the Avenir, and then the Sharfie Chair 4's in here. But this is my point, right? The sets are very confusing right now. Here's another great example. Why does this set start at the AMX 1390? Where's the 1375? We got to type in 13, and here we go. This is the 1375. Why does this AMX ELC BIS, AMX 12T, and AMX 1375 not connect to the same set as the Bosch Autiode? These are all the questions that we have. You made too many sets. You made them too complicated, too convoluted. If you just combine the sets, you organize the premiums better. I would love to sit down and talk about this, right? I'm a player who knows just about every in and out of this game, more than I would say even the employees do. And I could easily organize the sets. I would gladly spend time. I would gladly spend hours and hours of my time to organize, structure, and get the game properly kitted out when it comes to sets and design them for wargaming that they would work better. I would love to do that. So at the end of the day, I don't hate sets. I hate the way Wargaming has chosen to organize them. They could be fixed and they can be fixed. And while I don't think they're going to be removed, I think that a lot of you would agree that if they were organized the way I'm saying it here, where they're based off of tech trees, they're based off of nation, and the icons were better and the names were better, it would be a lot more understanding. So that's what I'll say. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.